Hello Magic Makers, welcome to Storytime with Mombierella. This is a young adult fiction and may be inappropriate for some younger viewers.
The Beast Within, A Tale of Beauty's Prince by Serena Valentino. Copyright Disney Enterprises Incorporated, 2014. Chapter 14. The Descent. The princess never heard from the prince again. The prince had stopped raging on about spells and evil curses. He saw how they looked at him when he did. They thought he was mad. He couldn't blame them. He often thought himself mad. He almost wished he were. He'd taken to keeping within doors since he had chased Tulip out of the castle. He never left his room. Didn't allow the servants to open the drapes, and lit only one candle in the evening, saying the doctor advised it for his recovery. The only visitor allowed was Gaston.
You're sure this is how you'd like to handle this, Prince?
The prince did his level best not to slip into one of his fits of rage that seemed to seize him so easily these days.
I'm quite sure, my friend. It's the only way. You are to ride out to Morningstar Castle to officially break off the engagement.
And what of the marriage settlement? The king will be destitute without your promised arrangement.
The prince smiled.
I'm sure he will. But that is what he deserves for flinging his stupid daughter at me. She never loved me, Gaston. Never. It was all lies. All a means to get my money for herself and her father's kingdom.
Gaston saw he was getting worked up. He didn't bother arguing that he thought Tulip actually did love him. He had tried convincing him of that in the first few weeks of his breakdown. But nothing Gaston said convinced him. Something must have happened that day in the hedge maze to make the prince believe Tulip didn't love him, and there was nothing anyone could say to convince him of the contrary. Whatever it was, Gaston had to trust that his friend was right. Tulip might have been playing him a fool all along. Frankly, Gaston didn't think she was smart enough to play such a clever trick. He hadn't marked her as a mercenary. He had thought he'd chosen so wisely when he originally made the match, and now he felt sorry for the trouble it had caused.
I'll ride out this day, my good friend. You just rest.
The prince smiled a wicked smile that distorted his face in the vague candlelight, casting villainous shadows. It almost made Gaston frightened of his friend.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you haven't had a chance to, please take a second, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, comment down below, share with a friend, and check out some of the other Villain series chapters and books as well. Join us next time, and remember, let it go and keep moving forward. Have a magical day. Bye!